So happy International Pilates Day. So International Pilates Day is celebrated on the first Saturday in May every year, and it's all about creating awareness of Pilates, getting people started with their Pilates practice and celebrating the founder of Pilates, Joseph Pilates. So to celebrate, I've recorded a short video for you. It's working on our glutes muscles, so the muscles around our hip and pelvis. There's 2 exercises in standing, and then there's 1 exercise lying down that you can do as well. So I hope you'll join me in celebrating International Pilates Day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. So we're going to start in standing, and then we will come and have a lie down for our last exercise. So if you're ready, let's get going. So let's start with the feet hip distance apart, spreading out the toes, and then we're just going to lengthen through the spine. These are the legs then. Through the legs and then through the spine. Collarbones wide, and then just lengthen the arms by the side. Let's just have a little walk out on the spot just to get those legs moving before we start. We can just get the arms just swinging gently by the side as well. Fantastic. So, just breathing in and out nice and gently. Think about the tailbone lengthening towards the floor, and then gently come to rest. So we've got that sort of sense of length through the spine. I'm going to get you to bring your hands to your pelvis. We're going to take the weight onto one leg, and then from here we're going to take the other foot forward and then bring that leg in. So we're going to come forwards and back. Breath out and breath in. Now each time that leg comes back in, we're not really popping the weight back onto it. We're keeping the weight on this leg. So we're working on the strength around that hip and also our bone strength as well on that side. And then we're going to go to the side and back in. To the side and back in. Very noisy around here today. Breath out and breath in. Lovely. So this is working on our glute strength on this side, on that leg, because it's that glute that's holding your pelvis up and making sure that you're not dropping to the side. Oops, she said I shouldn't have done that. So on the next one, we're going to go forwards and in, side and back. Forwards and in, side and back, and 1 more in each direction, and then we're going to come back. Fantastic. Let's do the same on the other leg. So again, nice and tall, pelvis level. We're going to come forwards and in, breathing out as we come forwards, breathing in to come back, and keeping that length through the spine, shoulders nice and relaxed. Fantastic. To the side there. And back in. Now we usually have one leg that's a little bit stronger than the other, or a little bit easier to balance on, so don't worry if you find it easier on one side than the other, but it just means you can practice maybe a bit more on one side. And for the last section, we're going to come forwards and in, side and back. Forwards and in, side and back. Fantastic. And then from there, we're going to come back to centre and have a little walk out. Okay, for this one I'm going to go side on the mat so you can see what's happening throughout my lower back, but you can stay facing forwards, it's fine. So we're going to step forward with 1 foot. We're then going to take the weight onto the front leg, and we're going to slide that back leg down. Now as we do that, front leg bends, so we're coming into this sort of position, and this is called our scooter. So we want to keep the body facing forwards, hands on the pelvis and spine nice and lengthened, and then we're going to bring that back leg in and that back leg out. So it's a breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. And we're just keeping that control through the lower back and the pelvis. And again, it's working on this standing leg, working on the control through the pelvis and leg. And then we're going to come back in, lengthen up, same on the other side. So we're going to slide the leg back, bend that knee, keep the pelvis facing forward so we're not twisting. Oops. And then we come in and back. Breath in and out. So again, we're keeping that length through the spine. So we're making sure we're not rounding or arching the back as we come in and out. Chin gently tucked in, looking somewhere down in front. Last one, well done ladies, let's come back in and lengthen up. Let's have a little walk out on the spot. And then our last exercise we're going to do is lying down on the mat. So when you're ready, come and have a lie down. Okay, so I've come down onto the mat now and we're going to work on our glutes with our shoulder bridge. So from here I want you to come and have a lie down on your back. Now for shoulder bridge we don't always have a cushion under our head because what you don't want to do is put any pressure on the neck. So try without. If you feel your head is a little bit too far back, then just use something very low. I tend to keep one cushion in because I've got a bit of a funny neck, so I like to just have one cushion in place. So it's up to you, but it's really watching there's no pressure. So from here, we're going to just bring the heels a little bit closer to the bottom and find our neutral spine. So let's just gently rock backwards and forwards. And then come to rest, we've got the length through the spine and arms by the side. Now, for this exercise, our shoulder blades are our anchor points. So you want to keep them firmly on the mat. And what we're going to start off by doing is rolling the back into the mat, drawing the sitting bones together and peeling our spine just gently up to rest on those shoulder blades. I've managed to say it this time. And we're going to draw into the bottom, open the front of the hip. We're then going to hold it as we take a breath in, and then as you breathe out, we start to peel down from the top, gently to the bottom, and then back to neutral. And again, so we allow the tailbone to rock, back goes into the mat and we peel up. Imagine the spine's a bit like a wheel and you're rolling the wheel up to the top, holding it at the top, squeezing the bottom, and then rolling that wheel down. And as you're doing this, I want you to think about keeping the knees lined up with the hips and try and make sure that both sides lift at the same time so you're not leaving one side behind and the pelvis is nice and level. Fantastic. And then we peel down. So this is level 1. So you can stick with this level. Level 2, we're going to roll up and we're going to do what we call hip dips. So from here, we're going to see if we can just let one side just drop a little bit and then squeeze the glutes on that side to lift back up. So we let one side drop, pelvis tilts, and then we come back up. I'm losing the ability to speak. We're going to breathe out and squeeze back to level. Breathe out and squeeze. From there, we're going to peel and just come back down and have a little rest. And we're going to do that just once more. So we're going to roll up. And if you're wanting to do the hip dips, we're going to dip and squeeze to lift. Dip and squeeze. And you should feel that working around the hips, particularly as you squeeze to come back up, but not on the lower back. And then we peel down, back into the mat. Well done. Draw the legs in, have a little stretch. And then we're just going to stretch out our glutes. So let's just take one leg across. Either hold it there, bring the foot back, or if you can't feel the stretch, just come up into this position, relaxing the arms and the back. And then swap to the other side. Remember with these stretches, you don't want to force the movement, so you just go to where you feel a comfortable stretch. And then back down. Finish with a stretch through the spine. Nice deep breath in. And well done, everyone. So I'm going to come back up so I can see everyone again. So well done, everyone. Thank you for joining me for that beginner's class, and we were just working a little bit more on the glutes and adding a few little challenges in there at the end.